Yo, what's going on YouTube? You're back here with Trucker Legend, and today my video is about my first week of driving school. I said before in my last video that I thought I was going to be going straight to the yard since I already had my permit, but that wasn't the case. I still had to do my 40 hours in the classroom, so my first week was all in the classroom. I didn't think it was going to be useful heading in because I already basically got what we was going to go over, which is all about passing that permit, knowing the knowledge, knowing the information. I thought I had it all down pat, but that wasn't the case. So honestly, I'm glad that we had the 40 hours in the classroom. My first reason is my instructor, Donna, she had 20 plus years in the industry. And with that 20 plus years, she was able to explain everything that I knew through the book. See, I was able to get the knowledge down. I got to memorize the answers, but I didn't know how to apply them to real life. Having Donna there really helped. She was able to be able to explain all the information that I took in and memorized to how to do it in real life. So throughout my first week of driving school, I was able to get my DOT physical. I was able to take my drug test. I had to do a urine test as well as a hair follicle test. And then lastly, I was able to obtain my CDL permit. Some of the information that we went through was anywhere from pre-trip inspection, how to inspect your brakes, what not to do behind the wheel. We learned about control braking, stab braking, engine braking, all the vocab word that you kind of hear throughout the course of the permit. We were able to watch videos and tutorials, so we're able to see and apply that information. One of the really cool things, and I think it was one of the most useful things, was learning how to read the atlas. I'm a millennial. When I want to go somewhere, I plug in my phone, GPS, and it takes me right there. I learned something new. The phone lines, your phone don't always work when you're out there on the road. So you have to be able to learn how to do your pre-trip and pre-planning and be able to map out on the atlas, using the hand and marker and map out your route. Just in case you get somewhere, your phone ain't working for, maybe 30 minutes throughout the course, an hour throughout the course of your destination. Hey, you gotta still be able to maneuver and get to where you need to be. We did a couple of days where we just brushed up on how to use the atlas. There's something called a bridge formula. I'm thinking it's about literally the bridges, like if you're a certain way you can't cross over. But hey, I was wrong again. I learned that the bridge formula actually has to do with your tandems on the back. You got sliding tandems so you basically, it's the distance between the kingpin and the tandem has to be a certain distance in certain areas, in certain states. They got different laws for it. Just learning stuff like that, things that I would have never known about. I'm learning them there during the 40 hours at school. We also learned things like how to be a defensive driver, what it means to be a safe driver, how to use the clutch. So here in Ohio, when you take the test to get your CDL, you have to double clutch. That may not be the case for every state, but in Ohio, we have to learn how to double clutch. We watch videos over how to use the clutch. Hey, if you're like me, I'm brand new to this. I drove a stick shift maybe a few times when I was in high school. I had a friend that had a stick shift. It wasn't a truck though. So just seeing that, being able to see the clutch in action definitely made me feel a lot comfortable before I head out there on the yard trying to use it myself. How to connect your trailer, so using the glad hands, make sure they're secure, getting your electric in there. Honestly, there was a lot of information that we went over in class that I just didn't know anything about trucking. So for me to go to that class and to be able to learn as much as I did, it's a win-win for me. Another good thing we got to learn about was just the trucking culture in general. What you're gonna see when you're out there on the road, how to navigate that new world. To me, when they was explaining it, it sounded like the Wild Wild West out there. You're gonna see any and everything. You go to them truck stops, hey, you got people selling DVDs, selling whatever you need out there. You on that road, everybody got a username, but it's over the DB. I hope I'm saying that right. Basically over the walkie-talkies you got out there. People gonna give you a username, a tag name, so they got their own little life, their own little culture they're living out there. People know you by truck. They might see you at the truck stop and they know you by face. Just learn about that culture in general, man. It's all types of ethnicities out there. Some people gonna like you, some people not. There's groups you can join while you out there on the road if you wanna have a good little network system out there. I guess, I don't know, that's probably not for me, but hey, it's out there if you need it. The main takeaway I got from going to that first week of school in class, I was in there with 8 different guys, or maybe 8 to 10 guys in there. And let me tell you, not everyone was a rookie. Some of them guys were coming from different countries. They already had companies set up. They just coming to America to be able to get their CDL so they can drive for their companies. I got one OG in there. He was a truck driver, had a CDL. He ended up getting sick and wasn't able to afford to renew his CDL, and ended up losing them because he didn't renew them. So now he had to go through the whole process. He had to pay some $1,000s for the driving school. He got to take the CDL permit, test it all over again when he's already been there and done that. Me personally, I seen that, you know, he was a veteran. He had some experience, so I sat next to him, and you know, hopefully he's gonna be able to help me get through the driving part and give me some ins and outs on, you know, how to drive. It was really good to get in there, learn about the culture, learn information that I probably would never learn if I haven't been talking to somebody that's been in the industry, and as well as, like I said, just networking with all the people that was in there, man. It was a great time. But now I'm heading out to the yard. It's my first time behind the rig, so wish me luck. It don't really matter because, hey, I gotta learn it right now. I'm already, hey, I just spent 40 hours in the classroom. Now it's all about learning how to maneuver this vehicle and just get prepared for this test. So other than that, this is Trucker Legend. That was all about my first week of class. If you think about getting your CDLs, I encourage you to sign up right now. Go to that class, be vocal, network a little bit, learn a lot of it. And it's Trucker Legend. Subscribe now. I'll be back next week, or maybe even sooner than that, to tell you about my first experience being behind the wheel of a 53-foot trailer. All right, peace.